has been a little while. Between time constraints and being sick, I've just not been able to make anything. But I am glad to be back. You'll just excuse me for the voice and for if I cough, because I'm sick. Feel sorry for me. It's not just me too, it's like the whole family. My sister, she lives here, and she brought it home like 3 weeks ago, and she's still sick. We got it, I don't know, about a week and a half ago, and it's still going on. So, let's see, let's talk about fashion. Fat fashion. Because I got some new clothes. And, truth be told, I buy online because what plus size stores there are in this area, it's all matronly, horrible, just sad clothes. So I buy online, which is kind of a pain for anybody, because, for women, because women's sizes are so impossible to be sure about. Every manufacturer seems to think that a size is, when you compare what's small in one manufacturer, it's like a large for another manufacturer, and once you get up into the plus sizes, that seems exponential. Some 2X's are, I don't even know. I was going to say a measurement, but I'm kind of spatially challenged, so I can't tell I don't know the difference between 6 inches and 12, and I will leave the obvious joke there alone. Anyway, it's really hard to tell. You have to make sure you know your own measurements and go through the sizing charts every time you want to look at a new item. You have to check that chart, and it's a pain. But anyhow, let's get back to what I. This is one of my new top. Let me show you it. And it's very basic. It's sort of I don't have enough room to really show you, but I love the color, I love the cut, but it came with these giant freaking buttons right here, 2 of them. Now, I took them off, obviously, and it's very cute, but what is with these giant buttons? Why? It just makes it look very 80s, which I guess is sort of in style, but not this kind of 80s. Very, and it's either little girl, which this sort of reminds me of like little girl fashion, or, 60-year-old fashion. That seems to be what you can find. And it's frustrating, because I just want to look stylish. I just want to be a fat girl with style, because I think I am. I'm not the most fashionable person, but, I don't want to wear muumuus all the time. I was on a website where I got an email, and sometimes I've said before, I don't particularly like the BBW term, but I do use it sometimes just as if someone's looking for someone like me, then they will likely be looking for the term BBW. So I do use it as sort of a keyword, search help type of thing. So I had it in my username, the BBW, and I had someone email me on that site and say, and it was obviously a canned email, it wasn't specifically at me, but the gist of the email was that this woman a chubby girl, was tired of fat girls using the term BBW and bringing the term down because they couldn't, because they're fat slobs, and they don't take care of themselves. And she's not talking about everyone, every BBW, but just certain girls, and it was like some sort of warning. She's basically telling me that I should be careful about how I look, and what I project, so that I don't bring down the BBW label. Which in certain respects I agree with. Not because of the label, however. I do think everyone should do their best to present themselves in the best possible light. I'm not saying everyone has to dress up every time they want to run to the grocery store. I'm just saying that we should all take pride and respect ourselves and want to show the world that we have that pride in ourselves. Or at least project that you do, because, fake it till you make it kind of a deal. But the fact is that it can be very hard for you to follow that when it's so hard to find fashion at a larger size. And the fact is there's so many more options these days than there used to be. So there is that possibility. You just have to look for it and be willing to search it out a little bit. You want to project yourself as a person who cares about yourself. Or I hope you do. I really hope you do, because everyone should. So, I'm not sure, I guess what the point is just to, well, it always comes back to love yourself, respect yourself. Always.